Hey everybody, it's Ronan. Happy Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. Thank you, God, for another day of life. Thank you for waking us up this morning, giving breath in our lungs, and renewing our souls. I'm here because of God, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Let's get into it. So, today was my first day of using actual money on futures in collaboration with my small cap momentum strategy. Still working out. I mean, it's my first day, so I'm working out on how to manage futures trades and how to coordinate it with my momentum strategy. Don't really know exactly how to do that fully. Um, to be honest, it gets kind of confusing and a little bit overwhelming as I'm like using two different strategies at once, but I think I'm gonna get it. But I want to go through all my futures trades and my momentum trades for today. Overall, I'm in the green. Lost money on futures and then made money on small cap. So yeah, let's go. So this was futures. Um, show me where I got in. So I'm not really seeing my exact entry and exit on here. Um, hmm, that's strange. It's a 5 minute chart, 30 minute chart. Huh. Looks like it's, I don't know. It didn't capture that. I'll be honest, I don't know what I just did. I removed the candles. No, why it's not showing. Hmm, let's see. This is again doing that. Um, hmm. So as soon as I change it, it removes my option. All right, I guess I can't really. So traded 40 contracts here, traded 80 contracts here, lost 250, made 330, lost 580. I mean, all I can say about futures is um, the lessons I learned in futures today was wow, it's different. It's different than momentum. In that momentum, you clearly see the trend, like looking at it, and like you can quickly tell the structure. But in momentum, in futures, like it could be in a range. So it can be in a trading range within a longer term bullish or bearish sentiment. And there's no like, what gets really confusing about it is like I have to be very intentional about the time frame I'm trading, because it's like there's never ending ranges and trend lines to make. So it gets kind of confusing with how to justify how to I'm having troubles justifying how to get into a trade. Let's put it that way. So I'm having trouble justifying entering and exiting a trade is what I'm finding. Um like yeah, just trouble justifying where to get in and where to get out. It's giving me problems. Not really. Just I'm looking at the chart right now and it's still throwing me for a loop. I don't know how to really like wrap my head around this type of chart, because I don't know, I guess like there has to be confluence of, so obviously only I can only get in on a pullback. So like there's no trading breakouts in this strategy. So like in momentum, you may get away with trading breakouts, but there's only pullbacks. So I'm thinking that where I get in is with confluence of the pullback with the lower end of the range of the trading range that is created, plus the lower end of the bullish trend that we're in. Need to figure out the best like time frame to trade it on, because I really don't enjoy just watching. I don't expect to be scalping this. I don't expect to be scalping this like I would momentum. Like scalping momentum, there's so much volatility that like you get that instant resolution of those big runs, but in futures I'm just draining my emotional bandwidth looking at this chart like go up and down and up and down, and then just at the end of the day is just ranging. Like at least in in momentum small cap, like when we make a trade, I'm making the trade in the side of momentum, so there's gonna be a big move. And even if it's in a trading range, that trading range is not a long time, and I'm able to quickly get out once I realize that it's a trading range. But just droning, looking at the chart with futures is exhausting. So I don't expect to scalp futures. I do expect to take 1 to 2 trades a day, 1 to 2 swing trades a day. That's what I expect to do. I expect to swing trade this. I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'll be back. All right, guys, just change a few things on my futures layout. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still figuring futures out. I do expect to take 1 to 2 swing trades a day, but I'm not gonna be scalping it like I would. So what that means is I must have overwhelming justification on a trade, as in I must have signal plus volume, price analysis plus confluence of a pullback and trading with the trend. Um, Still figuring out if I want to short and long this at the same time. It's hard. Maybe start with short. Maybe start with just longer. And I also want to, every time I take a trade, I noticed that I kept getting sucked back into it and it distracted me from momentum trading. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put in place the orders with take profit and my stop defined so that I don't have to actively manage it. Those are the lessons for today. Um, my win rate was higher than small cap. Yeah, those are my lessons for today. So let's get back to it. So momentum. So lost 18 bucks here. I was we had a move up, down. I got a signal candle. Um Honestly, I like this. I like this entry. It just didn't work out. Um this is a great signal right here. That's a great trade because we had a momentum move up. Signal candle is beautiful. Would have gone in 2.5 to that's a 50-cent move. That's a great move right there. But it, we had a yeah, this could have been a good entry. It just this was a pullback with the signal. Just didn't work out. Um Made 50 bucks. Wait, was this? No, this is futures. Um Made 9 bucks. So here in the early morning I was trading with a little amount of money just to get warmed up. I do like that. So um right in the morning use small amounts as warm up because I noticed that while I was doing it, I was priming my emotions while also reconfirming my strategy. So I noticed that with the 500, like I was down 20, down 40, up 20. So like not big, but really the purpose was to prime my emotions, get me warmed up, get me in that state of mind and just prime my eyes to the strategy that does work, which is waiting for the pullback signal with confluence of 921 EMA. Um, yeah, so I like that. What strategy was this? This was a deep pullback, cross of VWAP. I had a signal right here, could have gotten in here. I mean, this was a great setup. It was decreasing volume. This stock didn't want to push through there. I had deep pullback with signal, and I got in when it was holding VWAP. Um, I like this was deep pullback with signal. It just didn't work out. Next made 297. Wait, not as futures. Momentum made 334. So this was really my trade of the day. What I did good here was I anteed up the amount when I had a clear signal. So this was an opening bell situation. Look at the 5 minutes. So we had we had our range defined. Today was honestly a pretty slow day. Range defined. Um, Small. We had a holding of support, so I got in right here because I had a clear level of support, which I like. Um, this was an opening bell breakout. Let's see. Opening bell. Um, what what I got in was this. Look at that deep. This is institutional buying. So look at all this volume. So volume's going down, which is good. Then I have clear support right here. And so I got in right here is like, look, we had all that volume deep, long upward wick, clear signal candle. I love it. So this was a pullback with a signal. Because look, yeah, pullback. Hindsight's 2020 with these lines, but pullback, signal, breakout of that trend line. So I need to start incorporating trend lines more in my analysis on 1 minute. I noticed that that helps. So this was opening bell, pullback with signal, and I anteed up, which I really like. Lost 14 bucks here. Uh, this was pullback, got in here, went down. This was, yeah, I bought right here. This was for a breakout. Yeah, breakout, got in, quickly got out. Oh, this was before. So got in, thought it was gonna break out. This was a breakout, no signal, on the opening bell. Breakout, no signal, and opening bell. What I missed here was, I mean, risk reward sucked. I mean, we were going up here, and I was trying to predict the breakout again. Breakouts work, they work 20% of the time. So anytime I do that, I throw in like my lowest amount of money. Um, and that's what I did here, which I like. So what was good was that for breakouts, I only threw in my lowest amount. So I'm starting to really pick up on, like today, the reason I'm up today was because when I saw a good move, I put my most investment in. When I saw a bad move or a medium move, I lowered it. So I'm managing my risk reward a lot better. Um, Again, this is a breakout attempt. Breakout, no signal. Lost $17. Pullback on decreasing volume. Got in and quickly got out. This was a pullback. Yeah, this was a deep pullback with signal. Deep pullback with signal. Deep pullback. My signal was confluence to the 921. Long wick. Boom. Got out. I thought it was gonna break structure. Um, just I think we're close to the top of the range here. What I would like, what I would prefer is getting support slash confluence of support and the signal at the very low of a pullback. So what we want is a deep pullback because that is going to increase the risk reward ratio much better. Um, so in the future, I just want to pay attention to how close I am to the top of the range. Lost $2. Again, this was a pullback, no signal. Pullback, no signal on momentum. -7 again. Um, this is a breakout, no signal. -$35. Literally got out. Yeah, this is breakout, no signal again. I was just throwing money here, warming up. Didn't really need to do that. Again, this is a breakout, no signal. Nothing going on here. Made 40 bucks in my first trade. This was literally just a breakout, no signal. I just threw in money and it worked. So sometimes just throwing in that lowest amount of risk on a breakout can make you some money. Most of the time, it loses. So the risk reward, like the equation isn't that good, but when it works well. So yeah, um, overall today, what I'm working on is, what I did good today on momentum side was using more money for a good entrance and just throwing around way less money on bad entrances and warming up. So I think that's something I'm gonna do in the future is just warm up with small cap momentum, get myself used to winning and losing and priming my emotions. And not really forcing trades. I feel like today was a good day. Like once I made my green, stopped forcing trades. Futures is a huge learning curve right now. What I need to get better at with futures, you can trade all day. And I'm not about to scalp all day with futures because it's emotionally exhausting. There's not that instant resolution. It's up and down. It's in the trading range most of the time. So I need daily intraday swings to make this work. And then once I get the hang of that, I'll probably transition to weekly intra-week swings, inter-day swings. But for now, just a couple trades during the day. We'll see how I do. Um, yeah, I've got. I don't know why. One, two, three. It's not tracking. All right, guys. Have a good one.